What our elders knew. The most dangerous thing isn't illness, it's laziness. You know, the older generation used to say something that's really stuck with me over the years. The greatest threat to a person's health isn't illness, it's laziness. And the more I live, the more I realize how true that is. Most of our health problems, believe it or not, don't actually come from food, age, or bad luck. They come from inactivity, from simply not moving. We live in a fast-paced world now. Everything's about productivity, deadlines, multitasking. We're always chasing time, always rushing from one thing to the next. But in that rush, we forget one of the simplest and most important truths. Moving your body is the best investment you can make for your health. Yep, something as basic as walking a few thousand steps each day. It sounds simple, maybe even boring. But let me tell you, it can be more effective than that shelf full of vitamins and supplements in your cabinet. More potent than the fancy herbal teas and powders your friends post on social media. Think about this. The more you walk, the longer you'll live. And the more you sit, the closer illness gets. Walking, the simple, affordable, powerful cure. Walking isn't just exercise. It's a way to give your mind a break, to let your spirit breathe. There's an old saying, when your heart is heavy, don't take a pill, take a walk. Let me tell you about Richard from across the street. Folks around here call him Retired Rick. Before he retired, Rick was a senior executive at a logistics firm in Chicago. For over 30 years, he held high-pressure positions, constantly dealing with meetings, budgets, employees, and travel. Then retirement came, and suddenly no meetings, no emails, no stress, but also no purpose, no routine. He told me once that the first month of retirement felt like falling into a well, deep and echoing. He felt hollow inside, as though he was no longer needed. His wife, Susan, bless her, encouraged him to try something simple. Why don't you go for a morning walk? He resisted at first. I'm not a dog, he joked. But one morning, he laced up his sneakers, went to the local park, and walked a slow loop around the pond. 6 a.m., windy and gray. Still he went. The next day again. Then the next. Rain or shine. He started greeting other walkers, chatting with a barista at the coffee truck, even helping neighbors with their porch lights or garden tools. Before he knew it, Rick was alive again. More energetic, more hopeful. He told me, I thought I was done living. Turns out, I was just getting started. Walk your way out of the dark. You see, life doesn't always need a therapist or a dozen friends to talk to. Sometimes, what you really need is to take that first step, literally. With each step, you walk your way out of the mental fog. The world starts to open up again, like the sun cutting through morning clouds. Walking helps you realize that it's not your worries that trap you. It's the heavy heart locked inside your chest. Once you move, you free it. The writer who walked his way back to health. Let me share another story about a writer named Charles Bennett. Charles had been grinding hard in his career. Wrote books, taught at a university, always hunched over a desk. By the time he turned 50, he had chronic back pain. Sleeping was a struggle. He could barely sit for long, and even standing made him wince. His doctor told him, no heavy workouts, no marathons, Charles, but you can walk. So he did. Every morning at 6:30, Charles would head out. After dinner, he'd walk again. Rain, snow, holidays didn't matter. For over a decade, he walked. Now he's 73, and you wouldn't believe it. Tall, alert, glowing with energy. He said to me, there's no secret, kid. Just one word, walk. Walking is the most honest exercise. Walking is gentle. It's kind to your knees. It doesn't require expensive gym memberships or intimidating machines. You don't have to lift weights or follow an instructor yelling into a mic. Just get up and go. And here's the deal. Your body remembers whether you move or don't. If you neglect it, it won't stay silent. Even ancient wisdom knew the power of walking. You know, over 2,000 years ago in ancient texts like the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Medicine, kind of like the Chinese version of Hippocrates, it said that walking slowly in the morning sunshine was one of the best ways to align with nature and strengthen the body. Walking was used to regulate blood, energy, and keep the joints limber. That wasn't superstition, that was early science before we had lab coats and clinical trials. The famed Chinese cultural historian Zhong Jingwen walked every day well into his 90s. No fancy supplements, no secret tonics, just walking, every morning and every afternoon. Rain, snow, fog, it didn't matter. He just kept walking. That kind of commitment doesn't just build muscle, it builds resilience, discipline, clarity. In the West, too, artists, scholars, and longevity. Famous Westerners did it too. Georgia O'Keeffe, the American painter, walked deep into the New Mexico desert well into her 80s. She said it was the only way to truly see the land. Mark Twain, that brilliant curmudgeon, walked the streets of Hartford every day to clear his head before writing. And my Aunt Linda, bless her 98-year-old soul, still walked the church garden every morning until her final week. Not because her legs were perfect, but because they still moved and she honored that gift. Don't wait for a diagnosis. Let me be blunt. Don't wait until the doctor sits you down and says, we need to talk. These days, we have everything. Smart watches, ergonomic chairs, health apps, green smoothies. But people are sicker than ever. Why? Because we're not moving. Hold your phone too long. Your neck starts hurting. Sit on the couch too long. Your back stiffens. Stay still for days on end. Your blood flow slows. Your mood darkens. Your body rebels. Your body might seem quiet, but believe me, it's protesting silently. It's keeping score. A major study from the US showed that walking 6,000 steps or more daily reduces your risk of heart disease and stroke by nearly 40%. That's not a fad. That's science. It's not that you walk slowly. It's that illness moves fast. A cautionary tale, Grandpa Joe. Let me tell you about Joe Thompson. Joe, 68, lives in Minnesota and has had type 2 diabetes for over a decade. He always worried about the side effects of his medication, so when he saw a YouTube video from some guy claiming he walked his way out of diabetes, Joe thought, hey, I'll try that too. At first, he kept taking his meds and added walking 3 miles a day. And it worked. His blood sugar stabilized. Encouraged, he upped it to 6 miles and stopped his meds altogether. For a while, everything seemed fine. But 6 months later, Joe noticed a sore on his foot that wouldn't heal. It got infected fast. Turned out his blood sugar had actually been rising slowly and silently because he stopped monitoring it. Doctors had to remove part of his toe. He was heartbroken. He told his grandson, I thought I could outwalk diabetes, but I needed to use both movement and medication. So what can you do? If you take nothing else from this long-winded talk, take this. Don't wait. Don't overthink. Start walking. Not for your doctor. Not for your insurance card. For you. Carve out 30 minutes a day. Walk around your neighborhood. Even if it's slow. Even if it's short. It's better than sitting for hours in front of the TV or scrolling endlessly. Remember, if you don't take care of your body won't take care of you. And if you can still walk, you're blessed. Honor that. Because one day, you might wish you could just walk to the mailbox without pain. In the end, this second half of life, it's not about chasing promotions or status or money. It's about mobility. It's about whether you can still walk through the park, tilt your head up to look at the stars, or dance a little in the kitchen. To walk is to be alive. To want to walk is to be wise. And every single step you take today is a promise to your future self. Not fast, not flashy, but lasting. So if this message touched your heart, share it. Maybe it'll remind your brother who watches TV all day, or your sister who says she's too tired. Tell them, your legs are the best medicine you'll ever have. Now get out there and take that walk. Mastering blood sugar control. The vital role of afternoon exercise and walking in diabetes management. Managing blood sugar levels is a fundamental aspect of living with diabetes. While adhering to prescribed medications is crucial, incorporating appropriate physical activity into your daily routine is equally important. Recent research underscores the significance of timing in exercise, particularly highlighting the benefits of afternoon workouts for individuals with type 2 diabetes. Afternoon exercise, a strategic approach to blood sugar management. A study published in Diabetologia revealed that engaging in moderate to vigorous physical activity during the afternoon can lead to more significant improvements in blood glucose levels for individuals with type 2 diabetes compared to morning sessions. The research involved 2,331 participants with type 2 diabetes, averaging 59 years of age and a BMI of 36.3. After accounting for variables such as age, gender, race, and education, the study found that afternoon exercisers experienced a 30% to 50% greater reduction in HbA1c levels, a key marker of long-term blood sugar control, compared to those who exercised at other times. But why does afternoon exercise yield better results? The body's circadian rhythms influence insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism. Afternoon workouts may align more effectively with these natural rhythms, enhancing the body's ability to utilize glucose and improving insulin sensitivity. Walking, a simple yet powerful tool for diabetes management. Walking stands out as an accessible and effective form of exercise, especially for those managing diabetes. Engaging in regular walking routines can aid in lowering blood sugar levels, improving cardiovascular health, and enhancing overall well-being. Benefits of walking. 1. Blood sugar regulation. Walking helps muscles absorb glucose more efficiently, reducing blood sugar levels. 2. Cardiovascular health. Regular walking strengthens the heart, lowers blood pressure, and improves circulation. 3. Weight management. Incorporating walking into your routine can assist in maintaining a healthy weight, which is crucial for diabetes control. 4. Mental health. Walking releases endorphins, alleviating stress and improving mood. 5. Joint health. Regular walking can reduce the risk of joint pain and improve mobility, particularly beneficial for individuals with osteoarthritis. Harvard Health Plus One News, Medical Plus One. Implementing effective walking strategies. To maximize the benefits of walking, consider the following approaches. Brisk walking. Aim for a pace that elevates your heart rate while still allowing conversation. Consistency. Strive for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity walking per week, as recommended by health guidelines. Post-meal walks. Taking a walk after meals can help manage postprandial blood sugar spikes. Proper footwear. Wear supportive shoes to prevent injuries and ensure comfort. Safe environment. Choose well-lit, safe areas for walking, such as parks or designated walking trails. The importance of not replacing medication with exercise. While exercise is a powerful tool in managing diabetes, it should complement, not replace, prescribed medications. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your treatment plan. Additional health benefits of regular walking. Beyond blood sugar control, walking offers a plethora of health advantages. Reduced mortality risk. Studies indicate that walking more than 7,000 steps daily can significantly lower the risk of premature death. Cognitive function. Regular walking is associated with improved memory and reduced risk of cognitive decline in older adults. Enhanced longevity. Brisk walkers tend to have longer life expectancies compared to slower walkers, regardless of body weight. Tailoring your walking routine. Customize your walking regimen to suit your individual needs. For beginners, start with shorter durations and gradually increase your walking time and intensity. For joint concerns, opt for low-impact walking surfaces and consider using supportive devices if necessary. For weight loss, incorporate longer walking sessions and monitor your diet to enhance weight management efforts. Conclusion. Incorporating afternoon exercise, particularly walking, into your daily routine can significantly improve blood sugar control and overall health for individuals with type 2 diabetes. Remember, consistency is key, and combining physical activity with proper medication and dietary habits will yield the best results. Always consult with your healthcare provider to develop a personalized plan that aligns with your health goals.